Hello everyone, welcome to the next session of ANSYS tutorial. Today I am going to add another video of engineering data. You have already seen how to add engineering data or to add materials for a particular part. Today I am going to add a material which is shown on the screen. Say it is sand cast magnesium alloy whose density is 1.81 gram per cubic centimeter. Young's modulus is given to me as 45 gigapascal. Poisson's ratio is given as 0.35. Thermal conductivity is given as 62 watt per meter Kelvin, and a particular composition has been given to me wherein aluminium is 10.7%, magnesium is 90%, and zinc is given as 0.3%. From the previous videos that you have seen, it is very easy for you to apply the first 4 properties, but the last 3 is going to add some confusion. Now let's see how we can add this particular material. Let's go to our website. It is called matweb.com. Here you can see the material number 9 specifically. This material, if I open magnesium alloy, which is by sand cast method, just right click to open it. When you check the properties, you will see aluminium is 10.7%, magnesium is 90%, and zinc is 0.3%, same as that which is given in the question which I was solving. Now let's just check the other properties. The density is 1.83 gram per cc, and in my question the density is given as 1.81 gram per cc. Young's modulus is 45 gigapascal, which is same as that given in the question. Poisson's ratio is given as 0.35. You can check it is 0.35 here as well. Next, thermal conductivity is given as 62 watt per meter Kelvin, and here if you check, the value is 73 watt per meter Kelvin. So these are the properties which are exactly the same or near about same values. Here you need to understand one thing, that the properties over here are going to be specific for a particular type of sand cast which is done with a particular composition of elements. The vendor whom you are going to choose for buying the material is going to recognize your material and sell it to you based on the properties that you give it to him. For example, of magnesium AM100A 761 sand cast that you have chosen, you will have to give the properties which are mentioned in this table. Apart from these material properties given, I will add some more properties and show it to you. So let's get started with ANSYS now. We'll start ANSYS Workbench. I'll use engineering data from the option. I'll label it as engineering data 2 because this is the part 2 of the video that I'm doing. I'll go to engineering data, double click. I will add a new material over here by the name sand cast magnesium alloy and click on enter. Now I'll start adding the properties which are given. Density 1.81. So first I'll select density. I'll write the value as 1.81. I need to change the unit to gram per centimeter cube. It is given in kg per meter cube. Next I'll go to Young's modulus. It is given as 45 gigapascal. I'll choose isotropic elasticity. The Young's modulus is 45 E9 because the unit is pascal and it cannot be changed to gigapascal. Poisson's ratio value is given to me as 0.35. Next property is thermal conductivity. I will have to choose the thermal section of ANSYS, and the first option over there itself is isotropic thermal conductivity. I'll choose it. The value is going to be 62. The unit is watt per meter degree Celsius given in the question. If you see over here, the unit will be watt per meter Kelvin inverse. If you want, you can change it to watt per meter degree Celsius, but it really doesn't make a difference, because from the knowledge of heat transfer, we know that when we use the formula of delta theta will be final temperature minus initial temperature, or initial minus final, whatever you want to take. In that case, the difference of the temperature in degree Celsius unit system and in Kelvin unit system remains the same. For example, if I say that the final temperature is 100 degrees Celsius and initial temperature was 50 degrees Celsius, in that case, in degrees Celsius, the difference will be directly 50 degrees Celsius. But suppose if I have to calculate in Kelvin scale, the final temperature will be 100 plus 273, which will become 373. And initial temperature, which was 50, will become 50 plus 273, which is 323. The difference again is going to be 50 of 373 minus 323. So that is why the unit system doesn't make a difference over here for particular temperature only when you have a difference of temperature. So whether you choose watt per meter degree Celsius or watt per meter Kelvin, it's going to be the same. I am choosing watt per meter degree Celsius just for your understanding purpose. You can leave it to watt per meter degree Kelvin. Now, apart from the material properties given in the question, I am going to add some more material properties which I found from the website. See, I am going to give the material property of specific heat capacity. The value here is 1.05 joule per gram degree Celsius. Let's add this property now. I will choose specific heat. Before writing the value, I will check the unit. The unit is joule per kg degree Celsius. I will change it to joule per gram degree Kelvin. That is the closest unit possible. And as you know, there is no difference between degree Celsius and Kelvin. So I can directly change it. I will enter the value as 1.05. Sometimes it's difficult to add in the yellow box. You can just add it to the right hand end. Now I'll add one more property. I will add, say, tensile strength ultimate, whose value is 275 megapascal. I'll first change the unit to megapascal and enter the value as 275. So this is how you are going to enter the values and add new property to the various materials that you create. I hope you have understood this video. Do try it, and if you have any doubts, definitely let me know in the comment section. I will try to solve all your doubts. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon for latest updates of my videos. I'll see you in the next session with another tutorial of static structural. Till then, bye.